I think Lil Baby is bisexual. I was sucking his, and I started going down. And yeah, he didn't stop me. He put his legs back to him.
I would say my last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. The 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them. No matter how much, like, time really don't heal.
I don't know.
Time do not heal. That person gonna always be them.
Time only heals if a person is, like, mentally there with it, you know? Like, time don't heal if it's two people on two different pages.
Jayda Wayda just lit the internet on fire, and this time she didn't even have to say the name out loud for people to put the pieces together. She basically confirmed what everyone's been whispering about for months. The man allegedly playing sugar daddy to Lil Baby, and the kicker, it's exactly who the internet already suspected. Now Jada didn't hop on live and flat out call him out, but the way she's been posting, moving, and dropping subtle hints, it's giving confirmation vibes. Fans online swear she just put a big neon spotlight on one of the most powerful names in Lil Baby's circle. We're talking about the same guy tied to those infamous private jets, the courtside flexes, the billionaire parties, and of course, that viral white party photo. And here's where things get real messy. People aren't just saying this man is helping Lil Baby with financial backing. Nah, the streets are whispering something way deeper. Allegedly, Jada walked away after finding out their so-called mentorship might have been way more personal than the public ever imagined. Whether that's true or not, the timing of her moves and the receipts floating around online got everybody convinced she just exposed the name Lil Baby's been trying hard to keep out of headlines. Before we even dive into the proof, here's Jada herself admitting she tried to give Lil Baby another chance, but it just didn't work. And to a lot of fans, that was the breadcrumb that confirmed she already knew what was really going down behind closed doors.
Get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
Ruben was never hugging me. I'm saying, I was dapping Kuzman up, and Mike happy to see me. He ran over there, and we started like wrestling, like touching it. And a picture, Mike, one of my real good friends, we had a party with goddamn 200-300 people. There's nothing weird could go on with all these people in the mix, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get on the internet and go back and forth, and I told him, man, that's a crazy looking picture, you know what I'm saying?
Once Jada dropped that tiny clue, people didn't even need to think twice. They instantly had a name in mind, and it took them right back to that one snapshot from Michael Rubin's legendary white party. You know the picture. Lil Baby front and center, Rubin right next to him, and another guest so close it looked like they were moving as one unit. That wasn't just some random group flick, nah, the body language, the angle, the big smiles, it screamed connection. Fans were screenshotting it faster than paparazzi, and then out of nowhere, 50 Cent reposted it with a caption that had everybody saying, "Hold up, what's going on here?" From there, the internet went into full-blown overdrive, but for fans who've been side-eyeing this whole situation for a while, that photo wasn't just a party moment. To them, it looked like confirmation of what they'd been suspecting for months. That Rubin isn't just Lil Baby's buddy, but allegedly the one pulling strings behind the scenes. Not only financially, but maybe even personally.
What's the most you ever lost gambling at once?
$8 million.
How long?
Like one day, like probably like 40 hours straight. I lost like 8 million,
That's not
9 million.
That's not one.
I made myself stop gambling. I had Mike Rubin write a letter to every casino and ban me from the casino. Because I just do shit.
From that moment, the internet took the sugar daddy jokes and turned them into something way sharper, and the label stuck like glue. The rumors only grew louder, and suddenly every single photo or sighting of Lil Baby hanging with Rubin or other high-powered men was getting broken down frame by frame like it was a crime scene. That one party snapshot, it became the receipt fans used to build an entire theory around. Because let's be real, Michael Rubin isn't just some random billionaire photobombing Lil Baby's pictures. Nah, this man is majorly connected with ties to athletes, music bosses, and some of the richest names in the industry. And if you've been paying attention, Lil Baby has been right there in the mix for years. Even he had to address the famous white party picture. Baby claimed Rubin was just his genuine friend and that they were play wrestling when the camera caught them in that moment. He swore it was nothing deep, just a random laugh frozen in time. But even with his explanation, fans weren't buying it. Instead, they started pointing at other stories that make the friendship look a little too close for comfort. The one that really fuels the whispers? The gambling scandal. Lil Baby himself admitted he lost nearly $9 million in less than 2 days. Wild numbers that had people gasping. And who stepped in to save the day? Rubin. According to Baby, Rubin personally called casinos to get him banned from betting any further. On the surface, it sounds like a loyal friend making sure his boy doesn't spiral. But to fans already convinced by the DL theory, it looked different. To them, it felt more like someone protecting a serious investment, making sure the person he's tied to doesn't burn everything down, and that's why people haven't stopped side-eyeing this connection. Especially because for the longest time, Lil Baby had his own thing going. No tattoos, no heavy ink. He'd proudly say in interviews that keeping a clean look made it easier for him to move in business circles without being stereotyped. That became part of his image. Here's how Lil Baby explained it when asked. But fans weren't buying it. So when people finally spotted his very first tattoos, it instantly became breaking news. What had everybody shook wasn't just that he got ink when it was where he placed it. Right on his inner thighs. Nobody saw that coming, and the internet exploded with, "Why there, of all places?" Then came the moment that sent the whole thing into overdrive. A performance where Baby hit the stage in shorts, a tank top, and a flashy pink belt. He moved around, pulled his shorts up just enough, and boom, the inner thigh tats were on display. You already know what happened next. Fan videos started flying across timelines with zoom-ins, slow-mos, and captions that weren't even trying to be subtle. Some folks laughed it off, saying he was just feeling himself and showing off new ink. But others immediately tied it back to the DL rumors, claiming this was a soft launch of another side of him.
I hear that you say that you don't have any tattoos at all?
Nope.
So what's the reason why you made sure in the world of tattoos, you don't have any?
Being younger, like, I don't want no tattoo. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
With my money, and I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though, like, I'm almost a thug, I was a thug. I don't want to be no thug. You feel? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug. You get what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Damn.
Only time I can see me getting a tattoo, like, it gotta be real sentimental to me. Like,
Yeah.
You gon' fuck around drown, how's this way? Too hard on stand, too cold, you gon' fuck around drown, how's this way? Going on shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Going on shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid.
Once that narrative took off, it became yet another reason for people to whisper that this wasn't just about tattoos anymore. And of course, Baby had to step in to try and kill the noise. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted straight up, the jokes weren't funny to him. He even claimed he pulled security footage from that white party to prove the hug moment was quick and harmless. But here's the kicker. He never actually released the footage. And on the internet, when you say, "I got proof, but don't show receipts," people automatically assume the proof ain't in your favor. Instead of shutting things down, it just fueled the fire and gave the rumor mill even more ammo. Now here's where it gets even juicier, because when people start connecting Lil Baby's patterns, there's always one name that keeps popping up. James Harden. And let's be real, their friendship hasn't exactly been low-key. Lil Baby and James Harden have been moving together for years. Courtside seats, private trips, and showing up at big events like they're a package deal. But the moment that really locked their names together in people's minds was Harden's wild birthday gift back in 2020. He pulled up with a Prada duffel bag stuffed with $100,000 in cash, a Richard Mille watch worth a fortune, and honey buns. Yes, actual honey buns.
Give me a Prada bag because he proud of me, full of honey buns, with a honey bun, you know what I'm saying? Man, shit ain't got serious, man. You hear me, man? I'm on the ground with a honey bun and a honey bun. You got two Richie, man? Two Richie one day, man.
And he proud of you, so
hey, he brought me a Prada bag because he proud of me, man. You feel me?
Prada bag because he proud of you. Yeah. Honey bun.
They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. But they gonna try to try. Shit. They right, y'all.
You come on. You deserve it. Come on.
You know, I like getting that paper. Hey, nobody move me.
The video of Baby opening the bag went everywhere and the internet had a field day. Some fans brushed it off like, that's just a rich friend flexing, no big deal. But others took it as part of a bigger story. One viral comment that had everybody laughing and side-eyeing said, Lil Baby been giving his honey buns to Harden. And once that hit timelines, the narrative only got stronger. See, the internet doesn't need official proof. Just a couple of flashy moments, a few inside jokes, and a theory that feels like it fits. Harden's extravagant gift turned into one of those core receipts people always circle back to, and it didn't stop there. Not long after that birthday surprise, Harden and Lil Baby were back in the headlines again, this time in Paris for Fashion Week 2021. They weren't even looking for trouble, but trouble found them quick. French police stopped their car after claiming they smelled cannabis, and suddenly the cameras were rolling. Harden got frisked and questioned, then let go. But Baby wasn't so lucky. He was fined for possession and photographed as police led him toward a van. And of course, those pictures hit the internet before they even made it back to the hotel.
It's okay. I don't understand.
At the time, fans chalked it up as bad luck. But looking back now, people have folded that Paris moment right into the bigger pattern. Another headline with Harden, another viral clip for the compilation videos. And here's where it stretches even further, because over time, the internet didn't just stop with Harden. Once the Harden connection had people buzzing, the internet did what it always does. It started digging deeper. Fans began pulling up every clip, every party sighting, every collab, and suddenly Lil Baby's name was being tied to a whole lineup of powerful men. It wasn't just Harden anymore. People started pointing at other billionaires, athletes, and even execs who always seemed to be around whenever Baby was shining brightest. One name that kept surfacing was Meek Mill. Their bond was obvious, the studio sessions, courtside moments, and those matching grins every time they were spotted together. To most, it looked like a genuine brotherhood, but to the rumor mill, it became another example of Lil Baby always orbiting heavyweights with deep pockets. Fans swore it looked less like friendship and more like a carefully built network keeping him on top of the game. And then came the yacht stories, social media posts showing Baby and a small circle of power players cruising on private yachts, champagne flowing, nobody else around. Screenshots of those moments went viral with captions asking, "Why is he always the only rapper in these billionaire boy trips?" To some, it showed he was just elevating, moving different, and keeping his business circle tight. But to others, it looked like another piece of evidence that Lil Baby's rise wasn't just about talent, it was about who was allegedly funding and guiding him behind the scenes. And here's where things get extra spicy. Every time Baby addressed the chatter, he'd say the same thing, that these men are his real friends and mentors, not what the blogs are painting it to be. But the more he denied it, the more people zoomed in on the little details and the matching jewelry, the inside jokes on live, the way he always seemed to be front and center at elite parties most rappers can't even get invited to. By this point, it wasn't just about Harden, Rubin, or Meek, it was about a whole pattern. Lil Baby staying close to the money, the influence, and the kind of company that made fans wonder what the real arrangement was behind closed doors. By now, the internet had already crowned Lil Baby as the rapper with the most suspicious receipts, and the memes were coming non-stop. Every time he popped up with a billionaire buddy or another flashy trip, Twitter and TikTok would turn it into a whole storyline. Clips of him courtside with Harden got remixed into skits, screenshots from yacht trips got turned into conspiracy threads, and fans even started calling him the industry's favorite investment. What really fueled the fire, though, was how consistent the narrative felt. Every year there seemed to be a new headline, a new viral clip, a new gift, or a new party moment that kept tying him back to this elite circle of power players. And instead of shutting it down, Lil Baby's responses almost always left room for interpretation. He'd laugh things off in interviews, make vague comments about being blessed to know powerful people, or post cryptic captions that fans immediately flipped into evidence. And one of the wildest takes floating around was that Baby wasn't just being mentored, he was being molded. Fans claimed his clean image at first, his later tattoos, his sudden shift into designer fashion, and even the way he moved in boardrooms all looked like signs of someone being carefully managed by people way above rap's pay grade. And every time Rubin or Harden popped up in the same space as Baby, those claims got louder. Even when Baby tried to flip the narrative by flexing his own independence, dropping bars about standing on his own money and never needing handouts, people weren't letting it slide. They'd drag old photos, bring up the birthday duffel bag, repost the Paris arrest, and say, "Nah, we've seen too much already." At this point, the internet wasn't even debating if there was smoke. They were convinced there had to be fire somewhere. And whether it was about friendships, business ties, or something more personal, the speculation had taken on a life of its own. Lil Baby could drop a hit record tomorrow, but half the comments would still be about who was standing next to him in the background of the next viral photo. At this point, the story isn't even about one rumor anymore. It's about an image that just won't go away. No matter what Lil Baby does, the internet keeps tying him back to this circle of billionaires, ballers, and big names. And every new sighting feels like another puzzle piece sliding into place. The craziest part? Fans swear the receipts aren't slowing down, they're multiplying. Every time he steps out at an exclusive party or gets caught courtside with someone powerful, the whispers get louder. Even his fashion choices get dissected, like when he wore that pink belt on stage or flashed those inner thigh tattoos. To his supporters, it's just style and self-expression. But to the rumor mill, it's hidden messages, more so-called proof that he's living a double life. And then there's the silence. Baby has denied things, sure, but he's never put the rumors to bed completely. he'll laugh, dodge, or hint at receipts he never shows. And in internet culture, that silence is deadly. Because when people feel like you're hiding something, they'll dig until they convince themselves they found it. Now, insiders are even hinting that what we've seen so far might just be the surface. Some claim there are private deals, trips, and behind-the-scenes moments that haven't even leaked yet. If those ever hit the blogs, the speculation could go nuclear. Imagine the internet getting actual footage from those billionaire-only yacht parties or inside the mansions where these mentorships are happening. That would flip this whole story upside down. For now, fans are stuck with breadcrumbs, viral clips, and screenshots they stitch into their own narrative. But the bigger question is, how long can Lil Baby keep dodging this storyline? Because with every new headline, every paparazzi snap, and every viral video, it's starting to feel less like a rumor and more like an open secret the industry refuses to talk about directly. One thing's for sure, this isn't the last time we'll hear about Lil Baby, Rubin, Harden, or the billionaire boys club he keeps moving with. And if history repeats itself, the next viral moment might just blow this whole thing wide open. The whispers didn't just stop at billionaires and ballers. Lil Baby's name started getting tied to other artists too. One of the wildest rumors floating around was that he might have had some kind of thing with JuicyTeller. Nothing ever confirmed, no solid proof, but for people already convinced about the DL storyline, it fit right into the narrative they've been pushing. Then came the leaked tape drama. A blurry clip started making rounds online, allegedly showing someone who looked like Lil Baby in a compromising situation with another man. The internet ran wild with it. Baby had no choice but to shut it down head on, hopping on social media to post, "Y'all gotta stop using my name and likeness when y'all get bored. The extremes people go for clout is sick. Ain't no mystery in my history on no level. This my last time addressing any dumb clickbait. TF is wrong with y'all, no flaws, no cap in my raps." That rant alone sent the DL talk into another frenzy. And just when things started cooling off, Instagram model Teresa Lava jumped in on a podcast and dropped her own bombshell.
It's a one-night stand. Play with Lil Baby's ass.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He gave me $40,000. So Lil Baby has slid in my DMs. He asked me if I was in Miami, and I told him, yeah. He texted me, told me to pull up, and the first time we linked up was weird. He kept touching me. Like, I get it, you know, you got a lot of people that's just a setup situation, but it was just weird because he kept touching me and he was just rubbing at me. Like it got to the point where I felt like, okay, is he like trying to figure out if I'm a woman or a man? And then after that, it was fascinating, honestly. Play with Lil Baby's ass. But the third time we linked up, I ate his asshole out. Yeah. I think Lil Baby is bisexual. I was sucking his, and I started going down. And yeah, he didn't stop me. He put his legs back to him. Yeah, he was holding him.
She hinted at a personal run-in with Lil Baby, implying he might not be as straight as he claims. She didn't give details, but she gave just enough for rumor pages to run with it. Her exact words, "It was a one-night stand. Play with he was holding him." That single line gave the blogs fresh fuel for weeks. Meanwhile, Jada, she's played it cool the entire time. No confirmations, no denials, just kept her head down, stayed focused on her businesses, and maintained the co-parenting front. But silence has its own weight. And in situations like this, it doesn't make rumors disappear. Because every time Lil Baby steps out at another high-profile event, drops a new performance clip, or pops up with those same powerful names, the theories get dragged right back into the spotlight. So maybe the real question isn't whether these rumors are true or not. Maybe the bigger question is, what's the next thing that's gonna drop? Because if history has taught us anything, this saga is far from over.